Pluto!
It's like a bit in Fantasia.
Pluto!
It's like a bit in Fantasia.
Yeah. You can while that song is going on, you can imagine Mickey Mouse throwing money up in the air.
Making it rain.
It's like a bit in Fantasia, but instead all the brooms are just dance to my song.
Pluto, we're rich. Pluto. So with that being said, you can guess where our next topic is going. So Disney plans to spend, get this, $33 billion on content in 2022. Yeah. That's a lot of friggin' dough. That number for me is astronomical. I mean, yeah.
Now you may remember we talked about Disney apparently, underplaying not underplaying, but not doing as well as they should have done in terms of streaming this year. Yet they've got 33 billion to contend with for next year.
Right, so they can't be doing too bad, are they?
No, but it was Wall Street that was saying. Disney, you don't hear Disney saying that they're broke.
Let's see what they're saying on here.
Okay.
So this comes to us via Screen Daily, but the source for this is Disney themselves.
Okay.
So you can take this to the bank. So Disney intends to spend $33 billion on content in the fiscal year 2022, in the latest example of how the streaming wars have pushed expenditure to unprecedented levels. According to the company's annual report filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, last fiscal year's spend was $25 billion. The fiscal year starts on October 1st. The filing said Disney plans to release around 50 titles for theatrical release and direct-to-consumer, which includes the company's centerpiece platform Disney Plus, as well as Hulu in the coming year. The $33 billion includes the company's direct-to-consumer platforms, theatrical and linear TV, and includes expenditures on sports licensing rights and other content for ESPN, which they own as well, and the service's streaming platform. Nice and short. So, they just got to the point, basically. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised by this. As they said in that article, they talked about the streaming wars. And do you remember that we were talking about earlier in an earlier show about how I thought that cinema's not going back to what it used to be, because streaming is now where the money's at, because that's guaranteed money. And you can see that with that. I mean, they said that it encompasses theatrical as well and everything. But if you remember very clearly, at the beginning of the pandemic, or just before, Disney actually came out and said themselves, we are actually concentrating on our direct-to-consumer market, which is Disney Plus. So with that being said, obviously everyone else in the streaming war, Netflix and whatnot, have to do the same to compete. So that's where most of the money's now going to go. So I would ask you, Damien, what do you think about this news that Disney is going to spend this much on content in 2022?
Does it come as a surprise? No, because Disney are trying to obviously blow everyone else out of the water. Yeah, which has been what they want to do from day one. I had this conversation with you before about the fact that I thought after COVID, people are going to change their social perspectives and want to go out to cinema a little more, and it would have a slow rise for a little bit before properly diving when people revert back to type and the current social setting for, right, I'm going to watch more stuff at home. Yeah. Because people are buying bigger TVs now. Yeah. It's a lot more socially better for them to stay at home. I think cinema's going to get a buzz of people enjoying being released from their homes for a while. Yeah. But after that, it's probably going to slowly die down the next year or two. And I said this years ago when Netflix first started coming out. Because
we spoke about it a few times,
But I think Disney are doing a smart thing by making 50 theatrical releases. I mean, that's literally nearly one every week. So the fact they've got a film coming out practically every week in the cinema says a lot. They still know there's an audience that want to go to the theatre. And they're taking advantage of that. But then, obviously, 33 billion for a year's worth of content. I mean, That's 33 Avengers movies right there. Literally.
Yeah.
You want to talk about?
I mean, well, it's a lot more than that because they ain't spending $1 billion on each.
Yeah.
66.
Divided by half.
Yeah, 66 million.
Yeah,
66. So think about it. Think about the revenue. So if you put in like $500 million to every film, what's that going to make?
Yeah.
Because none of Disney's are bombing.
No.
They don't lose money.
No.
It might not do as well as they want it to, but they never lose, really.
I mean, breaking even's like a crime for them.
Yeah.
So 33 billion is going to look like how much? When that after 52 weeks of next year.
Well, what I would like to have... Sorry, did you want to say anything more on that?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Well, the only thing I wanted to add to that was I would like to see a breakdown of how they're going to spend this 33 billion. So they haven't said how much they're actually going to spend on theatrical content and how much they're going to spend on direct-to-consumer content, which is what I'm interested in, because I bet if they break that down, most of that money is going to go towards direct-to-consumer content.
You think so?
Yeah, because again, like I've said, they've already said that's their main thing that they're focusing on for the next few years.
But I wouldn't discount them trying to take a bit of advantage of the current trend that's going towards being more socially outgoing for the next year or two.
Yeah. I get you.
They're definitely looking at that.
Yeah.
So I think they're putting their hand in both baskets right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
They're just going to feel it out for the rest of the year.
Yeah. And once people definitely make a decision, then they'll go from there.
They'll know. They got their hand on the pulse. They know the trends.
Yeah.
What I would say though, just quickly, is that the more wars that these platforms have, the more money available, which means the more content, the more scripts, the more jobs.
Yes.
So that's that's the positive out of it, because it's like, and it's not. This is not the type of place where you can put out rubbish because we just won't watch it. So they have to have good content,
which also means hopefully less rejections for people that actually have been waiting in the wings for a while
and we've got content, but just don't have the backing. We have good content. 2 films in the pipeline written, 1 comedy. Come on, anyone there? But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, look, I always thought, even though I understand the business model and I know it's guaranteed money with streaming, I always thought Disney were a little bit too presumptuous or too fast with their decision to concentrate on direct-to-consumer because out of all the studios, they were the one benefiting the most from the theatrical releases. They were making... for the last 2 years... They've made the most money ever out of any studio from theatrical releases. So, in fact, they were against shortening the theatrical window as opposed to what it was, 90 days, because that was perfect for them. They were making so much frigging money. So they were actually against it. But I think they saw the tide, and then they thought, okay, well, we might as well concentrate on the streaming because then that's guaranteed money. And we've got such a back catalogue. So even as we spoke about before, we don't have to initially spend too much money because we've got a back catalogue. So
their back catalogue is better than better than Netflix, better than their back catalogue.
Especially for kids.
For kids.
Your
son will watch Dumbo in 2 years like it's the first time. And 2 years after that, another child will. And 2 years after that, like they've got
never ending,
never dying Jungle Books and blah, blah. So they're going to win anyway. And Disney, they're a powerhouse. They're a force to be reckoned with. And to say that they've come up to date and they're right in there. When did they start Disney Plus?
Disney Plus last 3 years ago?
Couple years.
No, it was during the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
No. That's when it came out in the UK.
Okay,
but it wasn't that far removed when it came out the rest of the world.
I think it's been the US 3 years now.
Okay,
no way.
Either way, regardless of that, how many years has Netflix been going?
2015.
And Disney are right in there.
No, Netflix been going a lot longer than that.
Is it more than 6 years?
Yes.
I think so. So.
10 years at least.
Well, Luke Cage, I remember watching that 4 years ago.
Let me get...
When did Netflix... Yeah, but anyway, while you're looking for that, I'll just say my point. So what I'm saying is Disney, even if they do make mistakes, they're on the pulse. They're their back catalogue, like you said, is just driving them so far.
1997.
What? No. When was it actually? No, it's 97. When did it start streaming? When did it actually start streaming?
2007.
Okay.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, still long, over 10 years. I knew it.
How many years is that? My maths is terrible.
So 14 years.
Yeah, 14
right,
years.
14 years. And that's why I said...
And they've caught up already.
That's why I
Netflix.
said it's irrelevant. Whether it's 3 years or it came out last week, Disney are straight in there.
Yeah.
And they're gonna take over.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill Netflix in the end.
Yeah. Because they're not far off their numbers
They're not far off their numbers, and they've got the money, the backing, and they have quality.
You're right about Disney. 2000,
I thought it
2020.
literally was because it was
March.
America only went ahead of us by about a month or 2 months.
Right.
So look.
Oh no! That was the UK launch.
Okay, but
it was literally
so it was 2019 then.
No.
The
It was,
US.
saying it was either the Christmas 2019, but wasn't that far removed. It was either like a few months before. But
listen, you lot are haggling over something that doesn't
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
You can do that in your own time.
2019.
November.
Yeah.
That Christmas.
Right, November.
Christmas time.
You might as well say 20.
Yeah, literally.
The year's done, bro.
Literally.
So
It's a year
2
and a half.
years.
Yeah,
A year and a half.
Yeah.
A year and a half. But that's what I'm saying. So Netflix have to really start making some moves.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they'll keep up. The reason being because Disney are putting stuff in theaters and they're doing the money that they're generating. Netflix don't create theater movies.
Theatrical, no.
They can't do it.
No.
They can't do it.
Avatar 2, 3, and now 4 coming out every Christmas for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
He's already got that slot synced in.
Who?
That's
James
Disney.
Cameron, and that's now Disney.
Right.
Because they got the rights
They
to
bought
Avatar
Right.
movies.
Right.
I don't give it too long before they somehow try to tap Chris Nolan and have all these stuff on Disney. Somehow. Because at the moment he kind of hustles between Amazon Prime and Netflix. He hasn't got a solid home for his stuff.
Well, he's got Universal now because remember we did the story about him having that new deal with them,
He's got-
and they've lengthened. Yeah, but they've lengthened just for him because they're the first ones.
Theatrical releases.
Theatrical. They actually go in 90 to 120 days
For him.
But there are
just for
Universal
him.
projects on obviously Disney. So like I know you said, like if they can buy the rights to his stuff,
Yeah,
If they've got enough, because he can do a bidding war. Like whatever he needs to do. But fact of the matter is, Disney will not be stopped.
no.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
will not be stopped.
again,
Powerhouse.
like these two have said, I'm not surprised with the amount of money that they're spending.
No.
Because they're powerhouses. And to be honest, the other powerhouses still to come that have the money, like Amazon, like Apple TV, they're all spending this kind of money as well. And in fact, they've got more money than Disney to spend, which is a lot of people don't realize, because the two companies I've just mentioned are the two richest companies on earth. They can actually buy and sell Disney several times over.
Really?
Yes. So so Disney have to keep that in mind as well. That's why they have to spend this kind of money. I think going forward, yes, they are going to concentrate. I mean, they are already, but they're going to concentrate even more on the streaming side of things, because we don't know how this is going to play out. COVID.
No.
Do you know what I mean? We don't know how it's going to play out with the pandemic. It's up and down. People want to go out. People don't want to go out. It's not a sure thing. Whereas streaming, how much you're getting each month. It's a sure thing. And this is why a lot of them are now going towards that. It's a shame though, because I personally love the theatrical experience. I know you do as well. I don't know what you think about theatrical over TV.
I prefer theatrical.
You do?
All day.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, an example of this was watching Endgame in LA in an AMC theater with a whole bunch of people I do not know, packed theater. And we're all talking to each other, going, "La!" When when Captain America picked up the hammer, we're like, "Oh my god!" Like, I don't know these people, and we're all just vibing. And do you know what I mean? That you can't get that at home. No matter how big your TV is,
you can't get that in the UK. We're so bloody
I don't know.
stiff.
When I saw Django at the cinema, like the first time in East London, there literally like it was a riot in the cinema. I've never experienced that before.
You're right, because when I saw, and it's funny. When I saw Get Out here, there was more of a response than over in America. Because then I went to watch it in LA, and it was it was quiet. Do you know what I mean?
They're used to it. Come round here, boy.
Yeah.
Cling, cling.
So, I want to see how this story progresses to see the breakdown of the spend. But are you generally happy about this story, or?
No, I'm neither here nor there. It's the same with like Disney not making money when they apparently were making money. It's just like, you know, like Disney are always. What's that film where England is basically actually like a car being pulled around the world and taking everything else that came out a few years ago? It was done by the guy that did Lord of the Rings. I can't think of his name right now. Peter Jackson.
Okay.
And it starts with like, what's that behind this? And this whole thing is basically driving across a hilltop. Like, that's England. Like, that's basically Disney. Yeah. They're just a country and a film studio rolling around the world going, taking you. This is ours. It's a dog pissing over everything. This is my territory now.
Yeah, scenting up the place.
Yeah, literally.
Right.
Well,
so,
and what are your thoughts?
It's Disney. Disney.
Yeah.
They've always been number one.
Yeah. I echo that. So
always been number one.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought. What you think? Are they making it rain? Yeah. 33 billion. What do you think about that spend? What do you think it's going to be spent on mainly? Is it going to be streaming or theatrical? Let us know in the comments down below.